Welcome once again back to the lab. It is your old Professor Pilk, and of course we have to talk about the new raid that dropped in here recently. That is Quaquaval. I will get that name right, I swear. Now, the salsa duck, as we called him the other day. Now, if this is your first time here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Well, whether you're new or not, hit that like button. Let's jump in because we're going to talk about how to take this on by yourself if you don't have anybody else to raid with. And if you do have someone else to raid with, this might even make you a stronger raider. So let's jump in. Now, he's going to hit the deck with Aqua Step, Brick Break, Brave Bird, and Ice Spinner. Pretty close to what we had predicted. I don't know if I would have predicted Brick Break, but it makes sense. What Brick Break does is it's basically going to stop you from using Reflect. This guy's kind of a menace, I'm going to be honest. His ability is going to boost his attack and his speed, his speed is boosted by Aqua Step. His attack is boosted by his ability. This guy is a menace, and he uses Bulk Up right at the beginning to make things even more difficult. So here's how we are going to essentially go about basically negating all of that. Electros. Now, this is a mon we haven't used in any raids so far. He's always been on the table, but he's never been one that we've needed to use. And for this one, he basically circumvents that gimmick, that the ability, more or less, that Quaquaval is bringing to the table. So, obviously, we want him. Basically, his basic electric Terra type is just fine. As always, we want a Shell Bell because obviously we're going to want some healing. Now, moveset-wise, we are using Gaster Acid to get rid of that ability. Basically, it's going to repress the ability, and it's going to stop him from being able to basically buff himself. We can also use Lunge up there to try to knock down his attack stat. Charge Beam basically is going to be our only buff option. It's only a 70% buff. It's not perfect, but it's the best thing we have on the table. And then Discharge will be our main DPS. I haven't put PP ups into Charge Beam and Discharge. Probably should, but I haven't done that yet. Now, as always, we got to talk about the training. I left him with a Levitate ability. I don't know that there's any other abilities that are going to improve on this. Oh, unfortunately for him, Levitate is his only ability. It's not going to have any bearing on this fight whatsoever. So, but you can't change it. So he's just going to have Levitate no matter what. Now, as far as your mint goes, I went with a modest mint. That's going to give me special attack up with attack down. Obviously, everything we're going to be doing here is pretty much going to be special attack. So that's what we want. I did EV training in special attack, but I'm out of items to do defense, so I didn't do defense. I would say you could either go HP or defense on this one and be just fine. Both of those they're going to have basically the same results either way you go. But I will tell you from experience, I really honestly haven't needed it yet, so it is what it is. Now, because this is a special attacker, we're going to try to go in here and use someone that's got Intimidate. So let's go ahead and jump into the raid, see if we can find an Intimidate mon, and give this our best shot. Okay, so we actually do have an Intimidate mon. This time we have Tauros. Tauros, Star Raptor, and Arcanine are all great choices for this. Unfortunately, they do get taken out pretty early, so you will need to essentially hit him with the Gastro Acid instantly right out of the gate. It is going to open you up. You will probably take an early loss, but it's what you got to do. So let's hit him with that Gastro Acid before he's able to do too much damage. Also, I didn't mention it before, but you do have to be level 100. I think that kind of goes without saying, but maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Nevertheless, yes, you have to be level 100 to take this on. If you are any lower level than that, it is going to be just really, really, really difficult. Okay, doesn't really matter too much what we do here because he's going to take us out. I'm going to go ahead and see if maybe I can get a lunge out, but probably not. Okay. Oh. Hey, I'll take that. I'll take that. So we'll hit him with the lunge. That'll be great. Now, next turn, we are definitely going down. That's fine. I'm not super worried about it. And once again, this is another situation in which if I had defense or HP EVs, we'd be in a better state, but it is what it is. Let's do another lunge. He is paralyzed, but you'll notice here he still outspeeds us. This dude speeds himself up so much that the paralysis just isn't even a factor. Trust me, I've tried and tried and tried. You're not outspeeding him. Maybe if you have some really, really, really fast mon that you're able to then put speed EVs and stuff into, sure, but it's a lot of work. It's probably not worth it at the end of the day. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to get his attack down at least 2 marks minimum. And while we're doing these lunges, we're actually building up our paralysis. So then we're going to go ahead and start our buffing after that. So great. He's already a bit down in power. So let's see how far down he is. Well, don't worry about the timer. We'll catch up with it. It's not that big of a deal yet. So he is down 2, so that's perfect. Now we can... I'll do one more just because I don't think a charge beam is going to do much quite yet. And the less damage we can take, the better. Bam. Now we should be able to terastallize and hit him with that charge beam. I probably in reality should have done charge beam last turn, but, I don't know. Here we go. Now we're going to do charge beam. We're going to terastallize. Charge beam, don't expect it to do insane amounts of damage, but what we're looking for is we're looking for an increase in our special attack. Once we get special attack up maybe 3 or 4 marks, we should be able to then go in and start doing our main DPS. Yeah. So at this point, he's basically been eviscerated. He can't touch us, which is great. That's where we want to be. Okay. Not phenomenal damage. We did get the special attack up. It's a 70% chance, so it won't happen every time, but it should happen most of the time. Okay. Another charge beam sounds good to me. I'm not worried about him. Our Shovel is going to be able to heal basically all the damage he's producing now. We just need to more or less get to the point where we can start using our DPS move. We did not get the buff there, so we got to do a few more of these. Another charge beam. Now, like I said, he's going to outspeed us, so don't get too worried about that. He will pretty much always outspeed you. Okay, another special attack buff. So we're up 2 marks in our special attack. I said 3 would be okay. I think I'm going to try to go as far as I can. There will come a point in time where it's going to become pretty imminent that we have to start doing our power 80 move, but I don't necessarily want to. I don't want to risk the outcome of this on rushing that. Do we not get another buff? We've only gotten 2 buffs. It's a 70% chance, not a 50% chance game. Come on. Yeah, even his crit did nothing. And don't worry about his recoil damage or anything like that. He's never going to hurt himself enough to really matter there. Did we really? Yeah, we're only up 2. Man, Charge Beam is falling apart on us here. Come on, Charge Beam. Once again, it's a % chance. Now, his barrier is broken. We still didn't get the buff. It's a 70% chance. Whatever. We're going into our DPS move now. Yeah. And that's how much damage we do. But that's why I want 3. I think 3 is like a really nice place. Of course, that was also a critical hit, so that is what it is. Let's go ahead and hit him again. And that's why I said don't worry too much about the timer. You will catch up. Now, he will reset his stats here in a few moments. So we do need to be a bit careful about that. We'll probably have to knock him down again a little bit once that happens. But, it's not that big of a deal. Hopefully you have better luck than I did. The RNG, there we go. So he raised his attack. His attack is back to normal. So let's go ahead and do a lunge and knock him down a little bit. We don't want to take too much damage. You know what? 1 is fine. He didn't hurt us nearly as much as I thought he would. Okay. So we'll go back in and do a discharge. There we go. And like I said, his ability is his main gimmick. So once you negate that ability, all you have to do is basically get past his barrier and you're good to go. It's fun to actually flex a mon that we haven't used before. It's quite nice. Because there's several different Pokemon. I was going to use Iron Hands, and I couldn't quite pull that one out the way this one has worked out so far. I think this gives you a pretty good idea of how to handle that situation. But the honest answer is, it's nice to use Pokemon that we don't generally use for these raids. So here we go, one more discharge, and he's got it. We would have long since beaten this had Charge Beam not decided to be. RNG was not on our side, y'all. RNG was not a friend to us. Here we go. We would have ended this 4 turns ago had Charge Beam done its job. You had one job, Charge Beam. You had one job. And there we go. Easy peasy. Soloed it. Now, I will not sugarcoat it. Tauros was a major factor in this. So if you want to replicate it, run it with an Intimidate Pokemon. I had to restart maybe twice to find one. But like I said, Arcanine and Staraptor are great options. Those Pokemon do get knocked out pretty quickly, so you may at some point want to... Repeat Ball. Oh, we put all our starters in Luxury Balls. So we're going to do a Luxury Ball. Pardon me. Of course, it's a spam caller. I apologize for that. I'd edit that out, but I want to get this video up. So, there you guys go. I forgot what I was saying, and thanks to the spam caller. But, there you guys go. Like, share, comment, all those normal great things. And, yeah. I'll be back with more soon.